Zootopia. Set in a world where all animals live in harmony, and seemingly only the music of Shakira, we follow plucky police officer Judy Hopps and her struggles to be accepted by her peers for a role usually associated with larger animals, or as they are better known, predators. Recently assigned to the city of Zootopia, a city able to accommodate all species because of specifically built habitat zones, a series of circumstances lead Judy to work with a red fox con artist named Nick, after the two begin to uncover a conspiracy which could destabilise the peace of Zootopia. On the surface, this film is colourful and always inventive visually. The thought that went into the designs of the city of Zootopia alone is a whole video in itself. There is always something to grab the attention, such as cars modified to suit giraffe drivers, or cars built for mice. You see, this world makes sense, unlike the world in the movie Cars, which is garbage. But what's really clever about this film is its social commentary. And when I say social commentary, I mean racism. The latter half of the film has scenes in which a fearful public interact with each other in subtly different ways, and it's chilling. A great plot is further helped by fantastic characters, in particular Nick's wisecracking yet very vulnerable character, and the previously mentioned Judy Hopps, who always remains extremely endearing, likeable, and kinda hot. You know, it's nice to know that there are alternatives for all those guys on the internet getting tired of playing with themselves to imagery of Elsa, Sailor Moon, and whatever new Pokemon's been released this year. 4 Megaminds. Finding Dory. The sequel to 2003's Finding Nemo. Pixar over the years have changed cinema with their fresh storytelling and groundbreaking visuals. Except for Cars, that film is garbage. The company are now at a time where they can back away from being too ambitious with things like original ideas and stories, and are comfortable to just sit back and just phone it in for a little bit. Which is good, because I would hate to see Disney lose money from diminishing sales on lunchboxes or whatever else they can stick Lightning McQueen on to sell to children and the mentally challenged. You rest on those laurels, guys. This film proves you should, as this was the second highest grossing film of 2016, a lavish looking story about a fish with brain damage searching for her parents. Idris Elba voices a sea lion. I don't really remember the rest of it too much. I suppose that's ironic based on the film's premise. There was an octopus wanting a wristband or something? Someone who sounded like Adele covered Unforgettable. Was it Adele? I don't care. 2 Megaminds. Trolls. The second film in this list trying to copy the success of the Lego movie. We meet Poppy, the optimistic leader of the Trolls, a diminutive race of creatures who love everything, especially singing and glitter. 20 years ago, the Trolls were prisoners of far larger creatures known as the Bergens, whose natural state of being is one of depression. Only by eating trolls do they truly feel happiness, much like when doing cocaine. Unfortunately for them, the Trolls escaped and have lived in hiding ever since. The Trolls have all but forgotten the dangers the Bergens once posed and now live in a state of nauseous level euphoria. The only troll not following this mentality is Branch, a paranoid survivalist who spends all his time preparing for the Bergens' return, which they do, resulting in all of Poppy's friends being taken to be eaten. Poppy and a very reluctant Branch must work together to rescue them. There are 2 films here. The first half is a typical polar opposites go on a journey and develop a friendship story, which I've suddenly realised is the plot of over half the films in this top 10. However, this particular story is supported by some very interesting and often cool designs, both in its world building and the creatures populating it. The universe has a sort of soft toy feel, which I really liked. Sadly, the world is more interesting than the characters. First problem with this film, all of Poppy's friends are utter dickheads. Troll society is better off without them. If I could, I would grind them all up into powder and personally donate a mirror and banknote to the Bergen people. I hated them that much. The second problem is the film's second half. The story is then about the now reunited trolls befriending a Bergen servant girl and trying to help her win the heart of her king. First off, I don't want to watch ugly people find love. That's not why I watch movies. even if these are the only two vaguely likable characters. Most of the others are vapid, self-serving, or just pathetically stupid. Oh, I should mention now, trolls have hair that can perform tasks, and some have special abilities. I wonder what happens when it takes a piss. But it's not just the characters, the film is just obnoxious, constantly pumping popular and classic songs at its audience at any point that there is a lull in its story, which is a lot. I think the writers were trying for a commentary on how young people interact, but when you want those characters to die, social commentary is kind of meaningless. However, what do I know? It made $329 million. Its voice cast contains a lot of currently popular names, including Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick. John Cleese is in this film for a full 2 minutes, reprising his role as the king from the Shrek movies. Russell Brand as a flamboyant hippie. Oh, James Corden as a non-threatening fat-type troll. However, something that really perplexed me was this. What is this? Near as I can tell, Bergen society is set in the quasi-Middle Ages, so I'll accept that they have print presses. But they haven't developed electricity or plastics and maintain a dogmatic commitment to depression, with the vast amount of its populace living in total squalor. So where did this magazine come from? It doesn't make any sense. 2 Megaminds. Kubo and the Two Strings is the film of the year. Let's just get that out of the way. With stop-motion animation at a scale unseen before in cinema. The story is built from various elements of Japanese folklore, with the plot following Kubo, a young boy with one eye and an enchanted musical instrument which gives him the power of super origami. Trust me, it's way cooler than it sounds. After being attacked by dark forces obsessed with taking his other eye, Kubo goes on a quest to locate a magical suit of armor, which will allow him to defeat the dark forces threatening him and save his village. Aiding him on his journey is a talking monkey, voiced by Charlize Theron, and a samurai beetle, played by Matthew McConaughey. I won't give too much else away as I don't want to spoil it for people seeing it for the first time, as pretty much nobody went to see this at the cinema. Obviously people were too busy watching The Secret Life of Pets, or Finding Dory. Leica Entertainment have been producing some of the most impressive cinema of the last decade, and Kubo and the Two Strings is without a doubt their finest work to date. Its pacing and structure is incredible. Every aspect of this film is perfectly crafted. The story is simple, allowing the characters time to develop and grow, in between each increasingly spectacular set piece. If you have a soul, the ending will have you close to tears. A rare example of not compromising the integrity of a film to the whims of mainstream Hollywood. Regina Spektor's cover of While My Guitar Gently Weeps will also stay in your head long after seeing the film. If you haven't already, do yourself a favour and see this movie. 5 Megaminds. And there you have it, the top 10 of 2016. Thanks for watching. If you agree or disagree, feel free to post your comments. Until next time.